Present.
Bye.
Present.
Chief of Staff Basta.
Present.
Speaker of the House Joe.
Present.
Treasurer Cabales.
Present.
Graphic Designer Casillas. Web Administrator Suarez.
Present.
Chairperson Hay Valley. Present. Chairperson Alramahi.
Present.
Chairperson Assad.
Present.
Chairperson Ramakrishnan.
Present.
Chairperson Gupta. Representative Yusuf.
Present.
Representative Omar. Representative Mata.
Present.
Representative Amina.
What? She's not in the Zoom just yet.
Is she on?
Not yet.
Representative Cruz.
Present.
Representative Naram.
Present.
Representative Huang. Representative Somik. Representative Kanan. Representative Sharma. Representative Sands. Representative Erlbacher.
Present.
Representative Matakalam.
Present.
Representative Rivera.
Present.
Representative Goldman.
Present.
Representative Patel. Representative Pablo. Representative Santana. Representative Lopez. Representative Fumu. Representative Desgupta. Representative Climax.
Present.
Representative Shakir.
Present.
Representative Rodriguez. Representative Thukaduk Yaku.
Present.
Representative Fonseca. Representative Ali. Salva's on Zoom, right?
Yes.
Representative Flores. Representative Shukla. Representative Rothenbaum. Representative Tinping. Representative Amina. Representative Patel.
Thank you. The next order of business is reading and approval of the minutes. Please take this time to read over the minutes. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If not, then the minutes will stand as approved. The next order of business is reading and approval of the agenda. Please take this time to read over the agenda. Are there any corrections to the agenda? If not, then the agenda will stand as approved. Our next order of business is public comment. Is there any public comments? If not, we'll move on to the next order of business, which is guest speakers. Our guest speakers for today are Anshu and Tatum from Amazon. Did we, or Matthew, would you like to present them?
So we have here members from Amazon. They one of them actually is the former USG president Anshu. So welcome back to another USG meeting. They're here to present a partnership we established between Amazon and UIC. So Anshu, take it away.
Hello, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Anshu Nidvanuri. I was the former student body president before Matthew. It's great to be back in front of the student body and the student leaders here. I'm here because I know the impact that you guys have on campus and the way you guys can advocate for students and bring forward different opportunities that we can bring to the university and publicize those to students. So I'm currently a sales account manager at Amazon Advertising at the Washington, DC office. I was a graduate from the Associate Account Manager program, which I'll speak a little bit about later, and a little bit about my jobs. I sell primarily Prime Video and Fire TV ads to large streaming services, primarily 5 to 10 streaming services at a time within the Prime Video channels team. But that's a little bit about me. We'll let Tatum introduce herself as well.
Hi, I'm Tatum. I went to University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. No, I know they're not your guys. It's true though. I graduated from there in 2022, and then after graduating, I was a member of the Associate Account Executive Program at Amazon, and I am now an account executive. So, and I'm in the consumer electronics category out of Chicago, so pretty close by to here. I am in charge of basically anytime you log on to Amazon, you see everything being sponsored and shown to you. That's me. And yeah, we'll get a little bit into how we can work together to partner with UIC, but we're really excited about this opportunity.
You can go to the one after that.
Awesome. Well, okay. So just a little bit about the Education Alliance program. This is something that we currently have running with a few other schools that we're looking to get started with UIC because we think that there's huge potential here and opportunity, especially coming from the Chicago office. I know that there's slowly starting to be some more jobs opening within the Amazon ads world, as well as outside of Amazon ads. We're happy to have anyone come in and just kind of check it out. But there is a few opportunities within there. So as well as just being able to partner with university, there's different ways that you're able to come check out the office. There's different opportunities for you to have classes within UIC, whether that's an advertising class that we lead or somebody else leads with us, or a case study that we're coming and joining with your university, your advertising classes, your marketing classes, your business classes. It's just really a great way to partner and learn a little bit more about Amazon ads and our leadership principles, our values, and a little bit about what life looks like working at Amazon.
Just to give you a little bit more context, the Education Alliance is Amazon Advertising's education forward partnership. So we partner exclusively with universities like University of Virginia, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. And some of the benefits that this unlocks for universities is, first, the institutional level is just being able to bring Amazon advertising certifications, the narratives that we use with clients, the systems that we use to advertise to the institution itself, and being able to bring that knowledge to University of Illinois so that they can teach those in the classes as well and make USC students more marketable in the workplace. Also working with educators. So folks in my role and in Tatum's role frequently with our other larger university partners come and co-teach courses with other marketing professors. So we go to classes and we teach Amazon advertising curriculum to help the faculty train students for the future of the workforce, and a large part being whether their careers at Amazon or various agencies that leverage the expertise that the agencies might have to advertise on Amazon.com or on Prime Video or anything like that. And then obviously the most important thing is the students, is being able to give these opportunities to students, let them learn about Amazon advertising and have them be really competitive like the other larger schools that might have more funding. So bringing these opportunities to UIC was a very large initiative of mine joining Amazon, because I know UIC students are very capable, very smart, and bringing these opportunities is very important to me. So that's a little bit more about those three pillars there. And then just a little bit more about the curriculum piece of it. Is obviously the certifications. So these certifications are free for anyone to take, and basically just teaches the fundamentals of Amazon advertising, like sponsored ads, various search products, various upper funnel products like TV ads, and just tries to make sure that anyone that takes the certification is well-rounded and certified in all of our Amazon products, and can be able to work with those products, sell those products, optimize those products, and will just make you really prepared for the workforce.
Another call out with the certifications is that even if you don't end up working at Amazon, I do know a bunch of other companies like to see that you have the certification just within different types of these areas. You don't have to just take the Amazon ad certification. I think that there's just like advertising, sales certifications, things along those lines. There's a lot of different opportunities on the website, which we have a QR code for you to scan to get access to that. But whether you work at Amazon or not, these are really helpful to take and just kind of learn from as you go.
And then I talked a little bit about the guest presentations, but coming to different classes and giving 1 to 2 presentations about the work that we do and giving a little bit more context outside of the classroom can be used in real world settings. The co-teaching courses is similar to that, but at a higher tier, where there's a dedicated course for Amazon advertising principles and things like that. And then an independent study or accredited class. So we're working with the marketing hub at UIC currently to get this set up, but having various certifications and then real world projects. These would be like mock projects with clients of ours, but the data would be manipulated. So it would basically be like a real presentation or a real pitch, but it would basically be through the marketing hub, and it would give you like real practical experience. And so that's something we're working on now with the marketing hub at UIC.
And kind of to touch off of that, that would be a really good starting point to enter into these training programs that we have available now. Both of us went through training program. I went through the AAE one, she went through the AAM one. But I can tell you a little bit first about the Associate Account Executive program that I went through. Oh, so you can go to the next slide. So right after graduating college, I started in August of 2022. So this was a few months long of a program, and it's basically just teaching you everything you need to know about Amazon ads, sales, Amazon as a company, how to interact with clients, interact with people at Amazon, make connections, network, and then also have real world testing out of speaking to clients before you actually have to do it. So there are a few different aspects to that. One of them is pitch readiness tests that you have to take. I believe Amazon has to take these that if you're in a sales position, but it is similar to what we talked about with the case study where you're given some data. When you're actually at Amazon, it is real from the clients that you're given, but you're putting together a presentation to give to people internally, and then you're basically graded on it and taught what you can do better, how you are at presenting, and then once you are able to pass all three of these pitch readiness, you're basically kind of checked off and ready to go and present to real world clients. But the program is super helpful. I actually started on a team with 2 people that were in the program with me, and then 3 people that were not in the program and were just hired from the industry. And the difference in the things that you learn through onboarding without the program and onboarding with the program is crazy. Just the difference that you can see in the intricate parts of the work that you do and what you know and your product knowledge. It's super helpful and definitely something great that Amazon offers to new grads.
Yeah, and a little bit about the Associate Account Manager program. So the account executive is more of like a sales role. The account manager is within the sales organization, but they do work a lot more with data and larger accounts that have higher ad spend. And so it's really just manipulating data using Excel, and then being trained on how to speak to the data high level with clients, client calls, very similar testing that Tatum did, like the pitch readiness that everybody has to go through, where you have internal Amazon judges and you're pitching as if they're clients. You do various writing tests, and it's just a really good program for someone that knows they're interested in the space but may not be an expert yet. We're just coming out of college. Amazon trains you for 4 months on everything you need to know. You get your certifications. They show you best practices, and you're caught up to speed. And once those 4 months are over, you're in a full-fledged client-facing role, and you're prepared to be able to speak to clients with various data stuff. And then there's also the Associate Creative Campaign Manager program, which neither of us went through, but it's very much creative focused for verticals that like autos and entertainment that leverage a lot of creatives on the TV ad side. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes with those creatives, whether it's testing different creatives, the specifications for those creatives for different placements. And so that's what that program is for. They're all within sales, but there's some differences between three of those roles there.
Yeah, sure. So here are a few objectives that we're kind of looking for in regards to UIC and our partnership with Amazon ads as we go forward. So first, we wanted to just kind of come here and talk to all of you. We know that you have a big impact on the students on campus, but it's important to kind of grasp who would be interested in this, what type of classes we would be most helpful in speaking in, and like kind of just see what the opportunity is here for Amazon ads. And then something awesome that we do offer that I actually was a part of for UIUC last fall, I want to say, was taking part in the job shadow day at Amazon. So it's a day where they basically get to take students. I think you have to apply to come, but most people do get chosen just because we want to be able to show as many people at the office as we can and kind of a day in the life. And they follow you, well, you follow us through a day in the life as account executive, an account manager, anything along the lines of a sales position at Amazon, and kind of just see like what a day would look like, and then have the opportunity to network with different people throughout the org, whether that's us or our managers or people in charge of certain programs, but just a really good opportunity to kind of test the waters and see if Amazon is something that you'd be interested in, and then also an opportunity to check out the office and meet people and get some contact information, whether that's for you to try to network and work at Amazon later, or just have these people in your back pocket, also great to have. And then long-term, this is something that we have going so far with UIUC as well as a few other universities. That would be having classes on campus, having guest speakers come to talk to your classes, whether that's us or different people that have worked with Amazon in the past. And then also maybe having us co-teach a course or an agency, as you mentioned before. But just really trying to implement as much as we can so that when we are looking to hire from UIC in the future, we know that you have the background that we're looking for and the certifications that we like to kind of see as we move forward.
And then the other slide is just some quotes there from some of our tier 3 university partners like Penn State and U of I. Won't go too deep into that for the sake of time, but just a clear reference. And we're gonna pass out a QR code just so that we can get your information and send you a follow-up email with everything we touched upon, and then continue to update you as student leaders so that when we are co-teaching courses or if there's improvement on our end, we can send you those details and you can let the student body know that these opportunities are available to them. The big reason we wanted to come here and present to you was because a lot of these programs start with creating a partnership, and once this partnership is created, UIC could become a funneling school to Amazon advertising, like a lot of our larger tier 3 partners are. And so it's really important for me to bring these opportunities to UIC. And so that's why we're here. And we know the impact that you student leaders can have on campus. And so that's what I'm presenting to you. We'll be at the career fair tomorrow, the business career fair from 1 to 4 p.m. So if you do have anyone that might be interested in something like this, or if you're interested yourself, please feel free to stop by tomorrow. Happy to speak more about the roles and happy to answer any questions right now if you want to have any.
We're gonna pass this around. There's this one is the sponsored ad certification I talked about before. It's also on the screen, and then on the right is just a sign in. So we can send you some more information after this, and then just make sure that we take care of everyone else here.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Yes, Ariman.
Oh, do you guys accept any OPT or CPT candidates? I know we do. I'm not too sure the specifics on for the program, but I know we do in general. So that's definitely something like if you were having a meeting with proven to be able to speak to you more about what the questions are exactly. Good question.
Yes, honestly.
I don't know. No, these are all free. I think you just have to make an account, but you might be able to sign in if you have an Amazon account already, you can just use that.
Any other questions? Yes.
In terms of implementing Amazon ads into like the UIC business marketing curriculum, what would be the ideal timeline for that?
So that's definitely one of our longer initiatives that usually our tier 2 and tier 3 schools take advantage of. So we would definitely be a year from now, but we are in conversations with the dean of the business college on which courses would be the right fit for that. We also currently do that at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and so we do have some learnings from that university and are able to bring that conversation jointly so that both universities are aware of kind of what each university offers. But it's definitely one of our longer term initiatives, but we'll be happy to keep you all updated.
Also, even if it might take like over a year or two to get an actual course started, we are in talks a little bit to try to get something started sooner. So whether that's like us coming to guest speak or trying to just get a case study going within a class, we can try to do that maybe sooner than 2 years, just because it's a little easier than getting a full-blown class started, but definitely trying to get things moving.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes.
Anchi, again, it's great seeing you here. So I know you met with the College of Business with Chief of Staff Boston earlier this year. Can you tell us a little about how that meeting went and kind of what the university's thoughts are?
Yeah, I think that meeting went really well. The university was very leaned in. And apparently the university's been reaching out to Amazon for a couple of months to create this partnership because they did see how successful it was at Urbana-Champaign. And so was able to set that meeting up and get the conversation started. They're all very excited that Amazon is wanting to come to UIC and create the partnership. And so they're definitely moving fast. And they're very excited to start us off with in the marketing hub at UIC to create a case study. They're very excited for us to be present at all the career events, the networking events, and just bringing these opportunities to UIC. So they're definitely very excited, very leaned in. Out of all the seed schools, they're definitely UIC is definitely the most leaned in. So our leadership at the Education Alliance is very happy with the progress and sees great potential with the UIC partnership.
Okay, so kind of unrelated to Amazon ads. So maybe for you, Anshu, do you have any advice for USG members? And maybe for you, if you have any advice for students in their professional development?
Yeah, I mean, I would say my most important piece of advice is get involved. A lot of you are already very much involved. That's kind of what made me competitive during my interview with Amazon was just being involved in the university, working various jobs during college. So I think just putting yourself out there, whether it's student government or a different club or a different job or an internship, I think just putting yourself out there as much as possible will really help you in your career moving forward.
I agree with that 100% as well. And then also don't feel like you need to know what you want to do for the rest of your life right now. I remember senior year of college, I was like, I have no idea what I want to do with this. I had like a data analytics internship going into senior year and it was fine, but I was like, I don't think I want to do this for the rest of my life. Kind of applied to Amazon on a whim. I was not an advertising major. I had a few things of sales experience, but wasn't really what I thought I was going to be doing forever. And then, I mean, I love it. I've been here a year and I don't think I'm leaving anytime soon. But just kind of test out everything, see what you like, if you don't like, don't be scared if you get a job and you're like, this is not what I want to be doing forever. Or if you get an internship and you're not super thrilled about it, you have a lot of time, you're young, just be open.
Yes, Yaksh, final question.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you guys begin your career at Amazon? What did your majors align to positions?
I can go first. Mine, I majored in marketing management at U of I, which not really too related to advertising. I minored in public relations, so I had a few classes that were similar to what was going on in the advertising world, but not really aligned. I honestly applied because I found it on LinkedIn and I thought it looked interesting and I wanted to try it out. And then from there, ended up in the associate account executive program. And then here I am. So yeah, if you're not an advertising major, you don't have that much experience in sales, don't worry, you could still totally end up working at Amazon as well. I have friends that did the program with me that did advertising all through college, took Amazon course at U of I, and we're in the same spot now. So yeah, my major wasn't totally aligned to just something I was interested in outside.
Yeah, and I was a political science major, so very much different than what I currently do. But like I said before, just getting involved, ran for president during COVID, so did a lot of digital stuff for when I was running for president, and then interned at a political media firm where I was doing TV ads for people running for elections. And so that's kind of how I pivoted into the advertising world. I knew I liked sales because I was selling cars and selling apartments throughout college. And so it was just kind of a mixture of everything I was doing up until that point, and then found the program, went through the program, and they taught me everything I need to know. Been there for over a year, so it's been great.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. You're welcome to stay for the remainder of the meeting, but you're also welcome to leave. And we will move on to our next order of business, which is old business. First, we have resolution 2023 F7 1004. Can we have you sponsor read this for us, please?
Committee, whereas food security is a pervasive issue in the population, whereas starting with the United States about food security and whereas other by giving to the Illinois Associate Free. And whereas members of USG students were committed to the government of the USG community. And let it be resolved, USG will host an event of USG speaker giving from the Western Campus to the let it be resolved, USG will promote campaigns at USG foundations to participate in the USG drive. Let it be resolved, all participating students will be instructed to donate their USG and or USG respectively to deliver on the time. Let it be resolved, all participating students wanting to participate on the Austin Student Organization. To the active consent on the to respective organizations on the time. Let it be resolved that over the on each student participating in the Austin Student Organization report the total number of students for the report. Let it be resolved, USG will give us the luxury meal for organization foods able to donate the most and together during USG beginning. Let it be resolved, if there is a time, the total luxury meal will be given to one of those organizations. And let it be resolved, USG will allocate more than $50 for the luxury meal. That's 1531 West 4th, Chicago, 267. Let it be further resolved, all unspent funds should be attached to the USG.
Thank you. I'll now open the floor for discussion. As a reminder, we will be voting on this today. Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? If not, we'll move forward with voting. All those in favor of adopting resolution 2023 F7 1004, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then resolution 2023 F7 1004 has passed. And I believe it starts tomorrow, right? Okay, awesome. Our next resolution is resolution 2023 F7 5003. Chief of Staff Basso, would you please read this for us?
Whereas it is challenging to secure room reservations for USG events without ample time in advance. As a result, event proposal resolutions are often introduced prematurely in order to secure a room for the event. And whereas USG seeks to provide its members with the necessary time to thoroughly plan and execute events. And whereas room reservations can be canceled and refunded if needed, in which case the funds can be returned to the allocation. Then let it be resolved that USG shall allocate $2,500 to cover room reservation fees for our events for the 2023-24 academic year. Let it be further resolved that any unspent allocated funds will be returned to the budget by the 10th week of the spring 2024 semester.
Thank you. I will now open the floor for discussion. As a reminder, we will be voting on this today. Are there any questions regarding this resolution? Yes,
I would like to make an amendment for this resolution.
go for it.
I would like to add myself as a response for this resolution.
Sure. Would you like to make a motion? I motion to add Ariman Moran as a co-sponsor.
I'm motioning to add Alderman Noro as a co-sponsor to the resolution.
All right, is there a second? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then the motion carries. Are there any other questions or comments regarding this resolution? Just explain a little after this. You probably won't have to include any removes reservation allocations in any budget breakdowns for your resolutions. So I'm looking forward to having that happen. It'll be super convenient. Any final questions or comments? If not, we'll move forward with voting. All those in favor of adopting resolution 2023 F7 5003, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then resolution 2023 F7 5003 has passed. We will now move on to our next order of business, which is new business. First, we have resolution 2023 F8 1005. Representative Fu, would you like to read this for us?
Whereas USG traditionally holds socials throughout the academic year in order to celebrate the significant work done by its members. And whereas the undergraduate student government recognizes the importance of fostering a strong sense of unity and camaraderie among its members, of providing members with the opportunity to build connections with each other, contribute to the creation of a positive and collaborative working environment. And whereas the undergraduate student government seeks to hold the USG Fall Social and in a private setting in order to allow members to join hearings, freely participate in planned activities and mingle, then let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government shall allocate $600 to the preservation of a private event space and catering services at Pompeii. On Monday, November 27th, 2023, from 6 to 8 p.m. for the USG Fall Service. Let it be further resolved that any unspent funds shall be returned to the USG budget. And on the next page is the menu for the
Right, so you can take a look at that. We have a lot of awesome food. I'm gonna open the floor up for discussion. Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? Just to provide some context, the fall social is something we do every year. It's kind of an end of semester celebration, for the fall semester that is, a celebration of everything that we've done. It's usually a super fun and big event. So we're looking to hold it at Pompeii this year. We tried to include, dietary options for everyone with dietary restrictions, so take a look at the, budget breakdown, and if you have any questions, please let me or Manasvi or Sajal know. Yes, Sarah. Yeah, there's no strict dress code, but we'd like to encourage people to dress up. Obviously not like long gowns, but like dress and press however you feel comfortable. It's usually a fun, casual, but also like it's a party, so dress how you would like. Yes.
Do you know what activities we will be doing?
Well, that's also something we're considering the plan, but it'll be, it won't be like professional development. It'll be more like team bonding oriented, social. Yes, Manasvi.
like some of the activities that we did last year. We may not be doing them this year, but just as an example, stuff we did last year, we did like the Jeopardy, USG rules. And then we also did the Christian, which is pretty.
Any other questions? No?
So in the interest of time, I will be executive ordering this tonight.
All right, there's been an executive order, so we will be voting on this tonight. With that in mind, are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? If not, we'll move forward with voting. All those in favor, please say aye. All right, make sure everyone is voting. All those in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then resolution 2023 F8 1005 has passed. We'll now move on to our next resolution, which is resolution 2023 F8 1006. Can we please have a chief sponsor read this for us?
So I'll read it. This is our all around the world, before finals giving event. Chief sponsors is the VIP committee, and then co-sponsors would be President Almanza. So whereas the University of Illinois Chicago has students from many different countries with cultural backgrounds, the undergraduate student government promotes diversity and cultural exchange, and whereas finals are a major cause of stress for students in the undergraduate student government, tries to decrease stress while spreading cultural awareness among the students. Low stress balls and international keys are known to be useful for both stress relief and honoring cultural diversity. And whereas the flag guessing game is offering students the opportunity to learn about flags of various countries, promoting the recognition, education, and appreciation of cultures around the world, then let it be resolved, the all around the world quarterfinals tabling event will be held 1 week before the finals week of the University of Illinois Chicago, Wednesday, November 29th, from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. in the Student Center East area. Let it be further resolved that the undergraduate student government shall allocate a maximum of $350 to cover 180 pieces of cookies and hot water from UIC catering. The Get the Flag educational purpose game, 100 pieces of low stress balls, international teams all around the world, cups, and other needs for the tabling event. Let it be further resolved that any unspent funds shall be returned.
All right, thank you. I will now open the floor for questions. As a reminder, we will be voting on this next week. Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? Yes, Ms. White.
Do you have to do well at the game to get a stress ball, or can I just put through everything to get one?
So we discussed this today in our meeting, and for now, we want like people to get like at least 5 of the flags, right, or like 10-ish to get like a prize, but at the end of the day, it's just like it's a participation. If we have a lot of participants, then we'll do that, but if not. I think 5 can be hard. Yeah, we discussed that, maybe 3 or we could get more my own.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we will be voting on this next week. Next we have resolution 2023 F8 1007. Could we please have a chief sponsor read this for us? All right, I will now open the floor for questions. Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? Yes, Tisha.
Like, first of all, I want to begin that the IC is doing a great work, but I was wondering why didn't we collaborate this thing, like the Thanksgiving dinner with OS, because they are doing like pretty much the same event on Wednesday from 6 to 8. I think if we would have collaborated with them, we would have to get like more audience, and we have like save like USG funds.
Yes, so
Discuss this with you and how I'm about that, but
any other questions or comments? Yes, so yeah, go.
I would like to make a motion.
Yes, go ahead and make your motion.
Okay, I motion to increase the budget, which is 2,500 to 1,500.
There's been a motion to change the dollar amount allocated from 2,500 to 1,500. Is there a second? All those in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then the motion carries. Are there any other questions or comments regarding this resolution? Yes, Abby.
Are you doing this in inner circle?
Yes, so go ahead.
The location is. We didn't. Actual location.
Yes, Quinn.
So, I'm thinking like throughout this week, we could talk to the commuter center because this could be a really good collaboration for us to have with them. Through promotion, but also through, utilizing their space. Because they have a very, very nice space and this could be a very good place for us to host this event. So potentially commuter center, if not inner circle.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think rooms are all booked, so it would be good to use the commuter center or inner circle's big.
Any other questions or comments? Yes, Miles. Yes, Ben.
Yeah, I can talk to Director Nemahaya about it.
Any other questions or comments? Yes, Ariman.
Is this event just for the international students or?
So thank you for, no, but the aim of the event is some students, they come far from home or they can go home, but to be able to do that. It's all, thank you for this question. Yeah, for the event, we will have to, it's more, so everything will be ready.
Go ahead.
I have a follow-up question, because the budget has been decreased, so will there be an RSVP for the attendees or?
So, we will have our.
Any other questions? Yes, go ahead.
What would be the capacity for the students?
So, we are still. Arranging that, but it depends on. Also the budget that is that. But right now, we are. Opening and how else we can.
Which one?
Yeah, from the budget of 1,500, you would see a maximum of around 60 students, but it'll most likely be around there. It'll fit.
Yes, Monty.
Is it possible to have a budget period?
Yeah, we discussed that our diversity inclusion everything the same, yes, we will have definitely connection. We were discussing that too, but we just forgot to ask, but thank you for the.
Any other questions? Yes, yeah.
Like when you tell about vegetarian option, I think what you guys can do is that when you share on RSVP, you can actually add vegetarian. So you get those and then.
That's a great recommendation.
Any final questions? Or comments? If not, we will be voting on this resolution next week. Next, we have resolution 2023 F8 5004. Can we please have the chief sponsor read this for us?
All right, so whereas the Public Affairs Committee wants to add professional media equipment to modernize USG presence on social media and the website, whereas the undergraduate student government recognizes the importance of investing in equipment and accessories to facilitate high-quality content creation, and whereas in order to effectively achieve these objectives and improve content quality, the undergraduate student government requires the purchase of essential equipment and accessories, including a camera, rotating tripod, tripod extender, utility cart, and an SD card. Then, let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government will allocate a maximum of $1,254.95 to purchase the following equipment and accessories: a camera, mic and stand kit, rotating tripod, tripod extender, a utility cart, and an SD card. Let it be further resolved that any unspent funds from this allocation shall be returned to the undergraduate student government's budget.
Thank you. I will now open the floor for questions. Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? Yes, Miles.
Yeah. So right now, what we're thinking is that, you know, the little closet in the USG office? We're thinking about putting it there right now. And we made sure that the cart would be like the size would fit inside of the closet. So we just have to like clean it out and whatnot, because we haven't cleaned the closet out in a while. And yeah.
And then obviously we want to store this somewhere that's safe to keep
Mhm.
because this equipment is very expensive, as you can see. And we do want to just make the media purchase all at once. So hopefully we're thinking of the back closet in the USG office now, when it's cleaned out, hopefully.
Yash, go ahead.
Yeah, about the card, yeah, so I did my committee, I did, we were actually talking about purchasing a card already. But I was hoping that if I have to hold up on the card, we discussed this last week. We don't wanna double order.
I think that would actually be a good idea because believe it or not, this is actually the cheapest cart we've found.
Yes.
You would think these carts are like cheap, but the cheapest we found was around like $90. So I think that's a good idea.
Cassie, maybe.
Go for it.
I think this camera's too expensive.
So yeah, so the camera that we have here is a kit. The camera itself, I believe, is around $700. But the camera itself does not even bring the lens or like a microphone. So this kit, we found it's a pretty good balance in terms of price, quality, and what it brings. And remember that this isn't just like, oh, we spent $700 or $1,000 and it's gone, right? So it's not like an event that's, you know, going to be gone after like a week, right? This is something that's going to be in USG for, we hope, a long time. And that's why we want to invest in it now so that in the future we can get really good use out of it.
Yeah, we wanna, like Mauricio said, invest in a really good camera because Canon is a really good quality camera. And believe it or not, we haven't purchased one yet. We've just been recording GBMs on our laptops, taking pictures of events on our phones. So this way we can kind of professionalize USG, taking headshots with this camera. We're actually also planning on using this camera to record GBMs. So if you actually look at the rotating tripod, we're gonna center it in the middle, so whoever talks, the camera will turn to and record. So I think this purchase is, I think it's a pretty good deal, considering this is gonna be in USG for a while.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this has been a topic of discussion for a very long time, at least, since my second year here in student government, and definitely we need to up our game because, let's just say, for example, Loyola University, they have very professional like live streaming thing for their student government meetings, and it's very clear like who's speaking. So I definitely think this is a good investment because it's not only used for just GBMs, it's used for any other event and really anything that we need to record or take pictures of.
Visual and then Manasvi.
I had a question, like if campus head committee or any other committee or some people from USG wants to use the camera, so how do we make a request for that?
That's a really good question. So we're gonna have, like we mentioned, we're gonna have the camera in the USG office. So we're actually purchasing the cart so we can have all the media equipment on this cart. So for example, when we're about to start a GBM, we're just gonna send somebody to get the cart and bring it over here. So this is a public affairs resolution, but then it's also, this camera's for all of USG, so you don't need permission to use it. If anything, like let one of us know in case we're doing a project in the moment, but I doubt there'll be any like similar events, because yeah, anybody is free to use it.
Yeah, and just adding on to that, we want the cart mainly for making sure everything's organized and that it's really easy to transfer places. So that, you know, obviously the camera is very expensive, so we don't want to like or improperly store it or have someone like carrying it and then dropping it or whatever. So realistically, we have the cart, so it's really easy for anyone to be able to take it for an event that they need or whatever, or like basically just anything they need it for.
Yeah, as long as the car is just returned to the USG office after, any committee is welcome to use this camera.
Modesty?
I think there is, yeah. I think the closet now is open because there's just, it's so messy. But I think there is a lock on the closet. If not, we will get one.
Yeah.
We'll clean it.
Yeah. There is a lot, there is a lot.
And then another question?
It is a very. I understand like they can. I think it might be.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you for the recommendation. Oh, sorry, Matthew, you have something to say?
No, yeah, absolutely agree with that. I think if we were to, have this, definitely we're gonna have a very strong system to ensure that, it doesn't get damaged or it doesn't get, like misplaced or stolen. So, a few years back, we created like a kind of a system where if you want to use it, you have to kind of, like RSVP to use it. And I think, just for accountability's sake, how we did it is that you have to like email us, like CCing the advisor, so the advisor knows that you have it. And that, people know that you have it. But also that, two people are kind of in charge of like, just making sure things are okay with the camera. So like maybe one person's like taking pictures, but another person knows that that person has it. And that way, so that, two people are kind of tied into the, liability of, using the camera. But, I think as we, you move forward with this resolution, definitely we can talk about, making sure that this does not get damaged and that people have the proper training to use, this equipment.
Any other questions? Yes, Anthony.
It's just a comment, I guess. I'm not comfortable with using this USG funding for this. On students' money, just to benefit us in a way. Using for the meetings and all that stuff. If we use it for like our Instagram or whatever, I can see it in a way, but still like. I don't know how it's gonna benefit the whole general body, that we're spending $1,200 and like $900 on a camera with stand kit or whatever. I can see why it would benefit us, I just don't feel comfortable with seeing it using. You know. $1,200 on the camera and it benefits us while we still have all these events there, not to mention we're still spending money. And we're like almost spending $4,000 today, so I just hope it.
I can respond to that, just to alleviate everyone's concern about the pricing. Again, this is an investment, we don't want to buy like $50 camera. And people are kind of like looking at us, we're like lagging on the video. Again, this is, a plan I had for this is to live stream our meetings on Instagram. This is what Loyal does. The poll did it a long time ago. They don't do it anymore for some reason. But I think, it's great just to record our meetings so that people can clearly hear us and see, what we're doing. And, this isn't just like a recording camera. It also takes pictures, so we can take higher quality pictures for the Instagram and other social medias. Because, it's very hard to book the professional photographer. He was booked all up to like basically this point. And that's why we couldn't take professional headshots of everyone. We still intend to do that. Maybe if we get the camera, we can just expedite that kind of thing we want to do with professional headshots. But again, this is a long-term investment that future students will be able to use. Hopefully, we can use this for maybe the next 5, maybe the next 10 years. So just think about that, like dividing up the 1,500 across maybe 5-10 years.
I'd like to comment as well. Public affairs and outreach is a super important part of what we do as USG. A large part of what we do is reaching out to students, making sure we're increasing our visibility on campus. And it might seem like a small thing to improve our content quality, but anything that can improve our reach to students, get the word out there that we're doing events to benefit them, we're hosting initiatives, etc., I think is a worthy investment as well. Yes, Karina.
Well, you guys see, the warranty, since it's like, it is a very, you know, and it's together.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, I believe like a warranty would be like a monthly payment, right? Or would it be like a one-time thing? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, so I agree a warranty would definitely be good, but one thing is that I feel like most warranties are like month to month basis. And if I recall correctly, we're not really trying to like have like a monthly recurrent payment because that can cause like issues and whatnot. I feel like Matoy might be able to shed a little bit more light. Could you yeah, a little context?
Yeah, if it is a one-time payment, we would be able to do it, but unfortunately, we are not allowed to have contract. So if it is a month-to-month thing, we would not be allowed to. However, if it is a one-time upfront payment at the beginning, I assume we would.
Yes, Advisor Eric.
Okay, thank you for that as well. There are warranty cards that they want. The other thing I would add for you folks is how this was a cheaper, the tiny line, but cheaper, so perhaps if I perhaps through opportunity to look at different things. This is Amazon, we look at. Sure, but what folks be more comfortable if it was a cheaper? It's not a deal. Okay, well, that's neither here nor there. Y'all see y'all public affairs.
Ayman and the Manasi?
I would like to follow up with the opinion Marston said earlier. She said that because it's going to be really professional equipment, and I'm pretty sure not everyone is very good with using professional DSLR cameras. What I was thinking that it's in my opinion, what we can do is that we can have a team under the web administrator who are actually trained or taught by the web administrator to how to use those professional cameras. And maybe if any particular committee wants to use or needs to shoot a particular meeting or any sort of event, they can definitely contact the web administrator or the committee of public affairs, and then they can anyone person from the team can just go and help with them with the pictures.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the recommendation. I think as me and Mauricio both have looked into this equipment, Mauricio is very well versed in using the camera and obviously the tripods. I personally have used a camera before, and I believe Mauricio has as well. Otherwise we wouldn't have been making this purchase. But I think that is a good idea when it does come to committee to another. Maybe I'll create a Google form that people can submit when they do want to use the camera, and then we can send over a public affairs member if that's me or Mauricio to kind of aid in assistance in using the camera. Yes, thank you for the recommendation. I'm gonna look more into that.
Manasi?
Yeah, so one reason why I really want this camera is because of its feature set, especially its like plug and play nature, basically. Especially for like video recording and whatnot. It's just super easy. You can just connect it a USB Type-C cable to your laptop, then to the camera, and that's it. You can just select it as a input source for like your camera, so on Zoom or like Instagram or whatever. So that's one of the main reasons why we picked this one.
And also when it does come to price, I think one thing to think about or put into perspective is this may be one of the only public affairs funds we will do all year long. And this camera is gonna stay around 5 to 10 years. So if we're looking at other funds tonight, for example, if we do want to discuss how this is benefiting the student body, we have spent $1,500 on the social funds just for the USG social. So if you compare the two prices, which one is benefiting the student body really more? So that's one thing to put into perspective too and think about.
Yes, Nathan?
I think there's also a benefit to the idea that USG could host a headshots event for the UNC community. And this essentially can be a really cool. This could happen in the community of the year, because everyone knows that many people do like headshots for your LinkedIn or handshake or whatever job applications we're using. So headshots is a very big thing that some organizations do, but we've known it's up to the entire UNC community. And this could be something every year. We need a professional photographer for that. But hey, we have that professional camera equipment, and one of us is essentially trained to operate that. You just put that tripod and take a picture, go to the arc or something, get that back up. Work for it. This could be a real. So,
Yes, Yaksh.
To add on, to add on what Nathan was saying, actually, I think that's very beneficial aspect. I just think it's a slightly expensive. Like I'm looking at Amazon right now, this camera's like $200 cheaper than everything. But as we into it, I'm not against like buying expensive cameras, but that is a bit too expensive. But I do agree with the fact that you should buy a camera, a bit more professional. I really like this idea and like this whatever on the shop. That's a very good use. You brought up a good point. But it's very true the public affairs committee doesn't purchase too much. So the one I know that this is their biggest funding we've done for like a long time. It would be that. I think likely.
Right, thank you, Nathan, for your recommendation for the headshots event. I think that is a really good opportunity for students to benefit from this purchase. And Yaksh, we will actually, we'll consider looking into a cheaper option if that's what everybody is comfortable doing.
Yes, there's one thing we can try doing is that this camera falls if it's price fall within like 2 weeks with Black Friday, so then you can like
Yeah, actually, yeah. So believe it or not, so when it comes to the budget, especially with ordering from Amazon, we actually have to list the price, the original price. So a lot of these items were on sale. So this camera actually was, I believe, 20% off, but we did have to list the original price of it, which was $999. Yeah, but I believe it was around 850 when we looked into it. But also, again, if everybody wants us to look into a cheaper option, we can definitely do that.
As a reminder, please make sure you're raising your hand and being addressed by me before you start speaking. Treasurer Matoy and then Web Administrator.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to do everything by list price because I thought about that too. I was ready to buy so much stuff for it for Black Friday, but unfortunately, that's not allowed. Everything has to be done. So just putting that out there.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, I'm just gonna put it out there. What price would you guys feel comfortable in spending? Like how much you think we should spend maximum on a camera?
Monacy? Yes, Mauricio?
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind is when you're looking for like any other camera, that most of them do not bring a lens. So this kit is with the lens, the camera, like basically handheld tripod, and also a microphone included as well.
Yes, Ariman.
I feel like, in my opinion, we should stick with this camera because, definitely as the director of public affairs mentioned that, specifically the committee of public affairs, they do not, really need funding for a lot of things compared to the other committees. And, we are, as the undergraduate student government, we are representing the university. And, it is really important that all the meetings are recorded professionally because right now we are maintaining a really professional decorum here and everyone should be aware about how serious the business is going on here. And we cannot compromise with the quality I mean, in my opinion, we should not compromise with the quality of the equipment because as you said, if you buy a cheaper equipment, it won't run for a long time. So I feel like this camera is perfect for US.
Any other comments or questions? If there is anything that comes up, please reach out to Mauricio or Zaina, and we will be voting on this resolution next week. We will now move on to our next order of business, which is items for discussion. There are no items for discussion, so we'll move on to our next order of business, which is ex officio reports. May we please have the report of the advisor?
Hello, happy homecoming, folks. So I don't have a report, but I do have an announcement. We do have a new staff member within the office of the student. Carlos Mata, who will be helping support you all in the academic year. And so I'll allow Carlos to speak and introduce himself, let us know about the program. My name is Carlos. I was actually born in Chicago, raised in the Plains. I graduated Maine West High School in 2013. So you can guess I feel old already. Graduated from Ball State University with a degree in telecommunications, specifically digital and audio production. So I love the conversation about cameras. And graduated at Ball State University with my master's degree in student affairs administration and higher education. Did my hall director position at the University of Toledo, and then did the assistant director for operations at Concordia College. This is my first day, so.
Yeah.
Carlos will be coming to you meetings on Monday night, and we'll be trying to reach out to some people to schedule meetings. Feel free to meet.
All right, thank you. We're so excited to have you join us. Are there any questions for the advisor? If not, then the report of the advisor shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the student trustee. Is there a report of the student trustee? Okay, we'll move on to our next order of business, which is officer reports. May we please have the report of the president?
All right, so just a few things today. This week is a very busy and exciting week. It's homecoming week, but we also have some really big events Thursday and Friday. The first event obviously is connecting student leaders. How many of you are an executive officer of another club? It's perfect. So then I should see all of you RSVP for this event, or at least invite your student org to attend this. Even if you can't, please let other board members of your clubs know, and also invite other student org leaders to it. Seats are filling fast in the RSVP, and we'll probably close it sometime either Tuesday at night or maybe early Wednesday, just to kind of pace the amount of RSVPs that we have. I know CSI will be sending a huge email blast. So after that's sent, who knows how many people will try to RSVP for this event. But again, yeah, that's this Thursday, and more updates will be provided from the rest of the board regarding that. In addition, the tailgate is this Friday. It's, I believe, from 5 to 7. And again, the committee with the most members to attend this will get a small prize from, I guess, Michelle and I. But Or is it just me? Am I? Okay, it's just me, okay, wow. But like, no, it's, one of the most fun times of the year, so I hope to see, you all there. We're actually the only organization with a heated tent, so. At least, that's what I hear, so definitely a lot of students will be wanting to come by, meet their elected officials. So definitely, take that time, as you wish. And also we have like cupcake trucks, but I guess, Mike will provide more updates on that. So big, update for everyone. So the Student Fees Advisory Committee, met last Friday and we voted on a plan, that lowered student fees, but also got, CSI and the, community center, the funding that they need. So that's a huge, win for those two departments and also the student center. So for those three departments. And so the student fees will decrease by $15. But that does not, compromise what, again, these three departments need. However, this is an advisory committee and it only serves as a recommendation, to the chancellor. So we will be continuing to, just make sure, this plan follows through and maybe, continuing discussion with the chancellor and other relevant offices, just to make sure that departments are taken care of, at least monetarily. So big thing I'll be working on this week is just, preparing, our research and, final program details for the bachelor's accelerated master's in psychology program, as well as the graduate school admissions test fund program. I believe we have now a contact to reach out to in the U of I Foundation that can hopefully be a great help in providing funding, for the graduate school admissions test fund. But we'll be drafting a policy proposal memo, this week in the upcoming weeks and, present it to the provost and other relevant, campus partners that may be involved in this. Also last week, just by the way, we met with, Mick and Martha from the Office of Government, Relations and Advocacy, met them with Aparna. We discussed our plan for OER, mental health, and food insecurity on the legislative level. They seem to really love our ideas. And so we'll just be continuing that, partnership with them, but it seems like we are taking a huge step in, building that strong, collaboration with the Office of Government Relations and Advocacy. With that, I yield my time for questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions for President Matthew? Yes, Matoy.
Yeah, is the student leaders event still at Hawkeyes or?
So I believe now it's going to be at Vintage. So it's actually just across the street. And to be honest, I think it's a better place just because it's yeah. It's bigger. It's bigger and the Hawkeyes is like a small sliver. It's probably like what? Like half this room? Or maybe like
Small.
way smaller, yeah, way smaller. Probably like imagine, okay, never mind. But it's a bigger space. Maybe better food. But we have a lot of great things planned for connecting student leaders. So again, please do RSVP if you're a student.
Any other questions? If not, then the report of the president. Oh, okay, hello.
Oh, why the location? Why has the location been changed from Hawkeye to Vintage?
So it's been changed because I believe another person took our spot or something. I think so we will I think President McCoy will provide more updates on that, but still figuring out who took this who took it from us. So once they find out, once I find out, yeah, who knows? Again, any other questions?
If not, then the report of the president shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the vice president.
Yeah, so, Director Fidel helped out with, MHC and CSC, commissioner position, interviews last week, so that was a bulk of our time, just conducting all of them. Just in terms of the next steps for the process, the committees of, candidates, life and student success will need to, approve of the commissioners before they're presented to the body for their, to be appointed. So that will be what's happening this week. So if you applied for those commissioner positions, look out for an email tomorrow morning with an update. And then, yeah, just final reminder about the tailgate, try to come, as Matt was talking about, the committee with the most members there, or if you have everyone in your committee there, that automatically puts you in like the highest position. You guys will, I believe, after talking with Treasurer Toy, is a pizza party for your committee during your committee meeting, so you guys can like just enjoy that together as a committee. This week I was also talking with the cupcake vendor. There'll be 400 cupcakes for the first 400 UIC students. So obviously you guys can, when you get there, just make sure to utilize that. Working with Treasurer Toy also on ordering the coffee, cocoa, and donuts for the 10th. And yeah, if you have any student orgs that you're part of, encourage them to participate in the tailgate competition, just to encourage more people to come to the various events that CSI holds, because they're a lot of fun. Yeah, so just come out this Friday, 5 to 7. You'll have time for questions.
Are there any questions for Vice President Michael? If not, then the report of the Vice President shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the Treasurer.
Okay, hello, everyone. So last week I met with Director Dajal to discuss a safety town hall that will take place next semester. And we discussed possible incentives to increase attendance. So if you have any ideas on how to increase attendance, please feel free to let me know. I also met with Director Delay over the phone to help plan her events that she brought to the table to this meeting. I also placed a catering order for the homecoming tailgate. So if you stop by our tent, there will be free hot coffee, cocoa, donuts, cookies, brownies, all that. So please stop by. I also placed the order for the Connecting Student Leaders event, but due to unforeseen events, so it will now be at Vintage. And I think it's a better place too. The menu will remain about the same, spent the exact same amount of money. And then also submitted the request for funds for the USG coffee, cocoa, cookies, and career event. And I will also place the catering order as soon as that deadline gets closer. And then I also met with my committee to decide what supplies we will need to purchase for the office. So if you have any suggestions for any office supplies you would like to see in the office, please let me know. And today's catering includes Southern Evening, mac and cheese, and Caesar, and pasta. So I give them a time to play.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Treasurer Matoy? If not, then the report of the Treasurer shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the Speaker. All right, happy GBM 8, everyone. We only have 2 GBMs left after this, if you can believe it. So make sure you're tying up any loose ends and getting those resolutions in, because we don't want our last meeting to be 3 hours long. I'm continuing to meet with all of your representatives individually. As a reminder, these meetings are mandatory and the meeting slots end this month, or before the end of this month. So I believe that you have this week and next week left to meet with me. If you haven't signed up, please do so. I will be sending out emails to those who I haven't heard from, just to make sure you are on top of that. I attended the Treasury Committee meeting. Thank you for having me. I will try to hit LAC, PAC, and CLC before the end of the semester. It's been great getting to see the work that you guys are doing and seeing how you reps are doing. So thanks for having me. For the USG Halloween Social, thank you to those who attended. I loved seeing all your costumes and I hope you had a good time. Speaking of socials, Manasvi, Sajal, and I met to plan the USG Fall Semester Social, which will happen Monday, 11/27, during our usual meeting time from 6 to 8 p.m. So that is coming up in the next couple weeks. The venue we decided on was Pompey on Taylor, which is walking distance from campus. I'm in communication with them, and the funding resolution was introduced today. So take a look at the menu that we have attached to it. If you have any questions regarding that, please reach out to one of us. And if you're interested in helping with planning, please reach out to me or Sajal and Manasvi. And I met with Treasurer Matoy on that to validate the budget as well. Congratulations and a job well done to Interim Speaker Manasvi for leading the meeting last week. I heard great things, so yeah, great job. And like everyone's been saying, connecting student leaders and tailgate are this week. So please attend if you can. It's a great chance to mingle with your fellow USG members and be involved. I yield my time for questions. Are there any questions? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, your report reminded me of something that I want to address in my report. Unfortunately, so during the social, we created two gingerbread houses. One of them was made by me. And designed by myself and Mauricio. Unfortunately, and Quinn, oversight Quinn, he made sure we were on budget with all our icings and stuff. Unfortunately, we did not win that competition. We lost, I guess the other team got 8 votes, we only got 4. So I'm never going to be wearing my baker's costume ever. But I just wanted to bring that up, thank you.
My condolences. Are there any other questions? If not, then the report of the speaker shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the chief of staff.
Hello, everyone. Happy GBM 8. Can you all believe that it's week 12? I definitely cannot. Anyway, hope you all are doing well. So this last week, I held a check-in with Director of Legislative Affairs Aparna. We discussed her recent meeting with State Senator Collins. I'm sure she's gonna be speaking more about that later. And the USG Safety Panel. Additionally, I held a check-in with Director of Campus Life Tejal. We discussed USG's upcoming Connecting Student Leaders event, the UIC Tailgate, USG Safety Week, and the USG Week of Giving. Additionally, if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, anything you'd like to say, please do not hesitate to reach out. But on that note, I yield my time for questions.
Are there any questions for Chief of Staff Quinn? If not, then the report of the Chief of Staff will be filed. Next, we have the report of the Diversity and Inclusion Chair.
Happy GBMA. So last week we had a strategic planning of the BIC from the meeting with President Matthew and to help us after. We discussed the Southwest Center and US relations, the current agenda, the draft, and very exciting second semester plans. I had a meeting with the Women's Leadership Resource Center, the assistant director of the advocacy services, Helen Magnotta. We discussed how to promote and protect women identified persons' rights. We talked about the collaboration idea, which is what we do then. And you have the CIC birth and service to our statement study. I visited the Black Cultural Center and I visited the Cultural Center. We had great conversations with the director. And our street art spray Halloween giveaway was very successful. We finished 240 bags in 40 minutes. Thank you for the DIC members for pre-packaging. We did pre-packaging for 3 days. They really show a lot of support for that. I attended the USG Halloween event. Special thanks to DIC members for the more Manasir and Michelle for the fun event right before. And like Matthew also mentioned, but he didn't mention who won actually. The gingerbread costume representative Michael, representative Ashley, and representative Joseph, and I myself. Thank you for everyone who votes for us. Their house is great. Sure. The DIC meeting on Monday and Friday. I met with the treasurer McCoy for the November resolution. We discussed today, and we have resolution workshop for the DIC members on Sunday. And I want to say thank you for Jordan and to Joe for it. If you have any questions, please do thank you.
All right, are there any questions for Director Delay? If not, then the report of the Diversity and Inclusion Chair shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the Legislative Affairs Chair.
All right, hi everyone, happy GBM. So there's nothing wrong with this week.
So I met with Director of SLP Ray Joyce, with Deputy Chair Patty, and we talked about the civic engagement campaign, and we're projecting to push out the campaign to all the English classes the week of the 13th, so hopefully next week. And Representative Alexis will be doing our overview recording, so we'll be doing all the voiceovers. So thank you, Alexis, for being willing to do that. We also had committee this week. We discussed the Student Bill of Rights as well as some ideas for the reserve funds. So shout out to Rep. Sadie for taking the lead and doing everything. Can we get a round of applause for Sadie, please? Definitely love this part on Student Bill of Rights, and a special thank you to Mayor Speaker Modesty for coming to our meeting and giving us some ideas, because this was an initiative that started a little late last year. We were able to pick it up and turn it into something for this year. I also had a one-on-one with President Matthew. We discussed initiatives and planning for the rest of the semester. Matthew and I also met with the governmental relations team here at USC, which he mentioned in his report as well. We discussed the possible events with legislators as well as lobby day. Representative Narang and I met with State Senator Collis, and we pitched ideas for mental health initiatives as well as OER. And special shout out to Representative Rivera for looking into the Mental Health Early Action on Campus Act and all the ideas that he did come up with. Representative Collins or State Senator Collins was interested in, and hopefully those are amendments that we'll see in the state legislation next year. And she also agreed to come to our safety panel next semester, so that's exciting. I also met with the Student Advocacy Coalition this morning. We discussed some of their initiative as well as our own. We'll be collaborating with them on lobby day next semester. So keep a lookout for that if that's something you're interested in. And then finally, this morning, I met with ISU President Monk. So they're introducing a piece of legislation, which I've linked below in the report, and it's to provide students with 5 mental health days per academic year. And they have given us a few people that we're supposed to lobby to. So if you're interested in lobbying, feel free to reach out to me. As I'm starting to set up these meetings, I'd love to include you in them as well. And I yield my time for questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Parna? If not, then the report of the Legislative Affairs Chair shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the Public Affairs Chair.
Hello, everyone. Happy GBM 8. I'm sorry if you're sick of hearing my voice tonight, but please complete the merchandise Google form I sent out last week in order to receive your merch, because we want to start ordering this week. And what else? Oh, we sent out the November newsletter this morning. I've been in contact with VP Michael regarding the tailgate competition and reaching out to multiple orgs on campus to sign up. Also, I haven't announced the PAC deputy yet, so can I get a drum roll, please? Our PAC deputy is Donishri Devi Kanan. And that is all for the PAC report this week.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Zaina? If not, then the report of the Public Affairs Chair shall be filed. Next, we have the report of the Student Success Chair.
Hi, everyone. Pretty short report today. So last week we had our 4th meeting of the Student Success Committee. The OER subcommittee meets soon. Just an update on coffee, cocoa, cookies, and careers. It's still on November 17th, but instead of being from 11 to 1, it's now 1 to 3, just because of room booking issues. We're doing a lot of planning right now, so if anybody wants to get involved with that, please email me. But that's all I have. Any questions?
Are there any questions for the Student Success Chair? If not, then the report of the Student Success Chair shall be filed. Last but not least, we have the report of the Campus Life Chair.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 12. So I met with Secretary Abigail to discuss about the Safety Town Hall event. I met with Treasurer Matthew to talk about the Safety Town Hall incentive. Vice President Michael and I met with Vanessa and other students connecting units to talk about homecoming tailgate, which is on 10th November. And Michael and I also conducted interviews for the safety commissioner. I had one of our meeting with chief of staff from DASA to talk about the progress of campus life committee. We also discussed updates about the safety town hall, food drive, and students connecting with students. I had my campus life committee meeting with the campus life committee representative. So before I end, I just want to give you reminders that on 9th November from 6 to 8 p.m. there was a student connecting with students, and the deadline was today, but for you all, I would extend it for tomorrow so that you guys can RSVP. And I would also request everyone, if you're a part of any organization, so
the USG Week of Giving, which runs from tomorrow till 14 November. Do take part and donate like number of items as much as you can, and the organization that makes the most number of things will get take $50 for a celebrity meal at the restaurant. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Tejol? If not, then the report of the campus secretary shall be filed. We will now move on to our next order of business, which is announcements. Are there any announcements? Yes, Sarah.
Okay, so PPRF and USC is, this week and I will begin, Thursday, November 16th at 5 p.m. It's just like a way to honor the community and also to learn more about PPRF. So, we have two desserts, we have options,
Any other announcements? Yes, Asa, and then Manasvi, and then.
So Likewise is having a class registration event, just kind of talking about like how to pick your classes, what questions to take stuff with next week. Retros Review is also having a Bob Ross craft night, so dress up as Bob Ross costume contest, and then we're just painting on one of the tutorials. I think Society of Future Physicians also has an event, but I forgot what it was, so I'll stop. But that's all I have. Next week, Tuesday for both events.
Thank you, Manasvi.
tomorrow, so, if you're not a student leader, Civil Society is having an event Thursday. Yeah, so. If you're not a student leader, please come in. And if you are free on the weekends, this is an FSP event as well. And you like the environment, Paul is picking up litter this week. From the community, from hanging out. Probably.
Any other announcements?
So auditions for the spring 2024, I guess USC choir is now open. I have their flyer here, so please feel free to take a look at it if you're good at singing, or I guess if you're not good at singing. Come by, check it out. But I'll leave the flyer by the booth. Thank you.
Yes, Ariman.
All right, so on November 8th, there will be, there's an event hosted at USC, it's known as the Demo Day. It will be hosted at the Student Service Building, and it's right next to the Credit Union One Arena. I'm a part of a class, Entrepreneurship 445, and one of the things which we're supposed to do in that class is present at Demo Day. I would be happy to see any one of you there. It's on November 8th, Wednesday from 5 to 8. We'll be presenting our business idea too. So I would love to see anyone too there.
Any other announcements? If not, we'll move on to our next order of business, which is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? Is there a second? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, the meeting is now adjourned at 7:38 p.m.
That's good.